Welcome to the Broski Dills podcast, the best podcast in all the land. It's your boy Kiko Flo, Kiko Cervantes, and with me, like always, is Chef Maurice, directly from San Francisco. Why? Because he is the bastion of humanity and progress in San Francisco. All right?
I'm a gay leader.
Aside from being part of the homosexual
Community.
I understand you're also like preparing a plan to solve homelessness in San Francisco. So, go to his website. He has all the info there. You can even support it, with money and tents. Because the solution that Chef Maurice wants is just bring them more tents. Like, we just need them to just spread across the whole city. Because this is the thing. Like, people think about security, right? People think about, like, hey, we need to be safer. Right, but you haven't even thought of this thing. People are like, yeah, I don't want to see a homeless guy when I'm walking because I feel unsafe. But what if everything is homeless? Like every sidewalk is homeless people with tents. Now, boom, it's reversed. Now, it's not safe anymore. It's actually now protected by the homeless. So it's like free security. And this is what people don't even understand. And that's what we got to solve. Okay?
Thank you. I should run for, I don't know, city commissioner or some shit like that.
Yeah, commissioner. I don't know if that's a real thing. I think that's more from like the Batman movies, the commissioner. But yeah, you can run for mayor. I want to be a mayor. You can run for councilman. I think that's a thing.
Councilman, congressman.
Yeah.
I think I can run for everything but president.
Oh, because you weren't born in the United States.
Right. Because I remember Arnold Schwarzenegger was the
Governor.
the governor of California. Damn, I forget words now. Shit.
I think sometimes I think that I have early onset Alzheimer or some shit. Bro, sometimes I be forgetting shit. I don't know if it was the COVID vaccines. Ever since, I feel a little weird.
Oh, yeah.
I almost, I'm not a guy that is totally out of the subjects, but I sometimes think, damn, maybe I shouldn't have taken them fucking things. Like, I could have probably lived because I still got it. But I was scared as fuck because I'm overweight. I'm like, I'm gonna go right there. Like, I'm not even gonna,
How many of the vaccines do you have?
I took 2.
2. Okay. I took 3.
Okay.
And then I stopped. I'm like,
And then I stopped.
right,
I'm like, hey, you know what? I think it's enough. So yeah,
you
I
have
stopped.
the first dose, a second dose, and
That's it.
And that's it. I got the booster because it was. So I got all these vaccines because it was mandatory at the moment to have it to go back to work
In San Francisco.
Yeah.
I mean,
Otherwise,
that's pretty communist.
yeah. I mean,
That's fucked up.
it is fucked up.
And I mean, and I'm not with the people like back then. Okay, this is retarded. This is not part of the fucking thing. Okay, so homelessness. If you want to solve it, Chef Maurice has the answer. He's looking for a plan where you house them first in the street already. So you already use the land that's available. Okay, and for food, you use the little carritos of the
Burritos.
Yeah, of the Latin American people, the little stands where they sell burritos and stuff.
The little carts.
Yeah, because it's cheaper because they don't pay taxes. So then this way,
Yeah.
you can sell the cheaper food to the homeless people. Get them some protein.
It's like one part of me wishes that you would come visit San Francisco so I can take you to the little carts, the Mexican carts, and to try the Mission dogs. That's how they call the hot dogs are from the area.
Okay.
I haven't had them, but I want it to be like a special occasion that if I get sick, you get sick at the same time, and we're cool. We're sharing
Damn.
together. But
Okay, so is it a known fact that like or you just like assuming and just like prejudging?
I'm assuming, of course, that we'll get sick. I mean, of course, I don't want to get sick, but if it's something that happens, it happens. And we'll share time.
Well, it would be nice if you were like find out a little bit more, like research, like go to one of those little stands, eat some tacos, and then you can tell me, hey, bro, this shit is actually fire when you come
It's
through.
not tacos, it's hot dogs.
Oh, the hot dogs.
We're going to go to, I mean, I want you to come to San Francisco. We'll take you to a taqueria, but the Mission dogs is like the thing from
Okay.
the area.
So, I mean, we're going to do a lot of things when I visit you in San Francisco, but three things at least, right? One of them, mission dogs.
Okay.
Number two, we go and visit, the homeless.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we can do it on the first night.
Okay. And then number three, I want to go to like a drag queen, go-kart
Okay.
event, whatever, a reading, drag queen reading
I
at the library, for example, with
I've
three
never
3-year-olds.
uh I've never been. So there's this street fair in the city. It's like a fair, like people get around and then they get naked. But it's called the Folsom Street
Okay.
event, and they don't get naked. It's like a gay parade, like a in the gay area or the in the city. I've never been, but I feel like that's something. If you come visit, we can go do since you're
But
into
that's
drag.
always active.
I think they make it like one time a year.
Oh, okay.
Like it's a special day for the
Right. I
city
mean, well, then,
and
then
the people.
that I would have to actually coordinate if there's an actual date. But if it's for the community, I'm down ski. I'm like
Yeah.
I move mountains. I do things that are a little bit outside of my own nature to, to be able to make these things happen. So one of the things that's necessary for that to happen is for me to get on a plane and fly there, right? So airplane flight, super important, change the world. I love it, but I have been getting a bit scared lately because Boeing has been, in a few debacles, right? A few whistleblowers have died. Some planes are failing, and I've always been scared of like planes, but I always like, okay, this shit is like mad studied. People that made it are super smart. This was checked by a bunch of smart people. And then you see the Boeing thing and you get scared because you're like, damn, this is checked by normal people like me and you. And I know Tommy, next, where I work in the office, he never does his reports well. So what happens if Tommy that needs to fucking put the bolts in the door doesn't do it right? But anyways, that's a whole different story. Flying is scary because of that. But also, flying has these annoyances that are just part of the experience, regardless if it's safe or not, right? Even in a safe flight, you're going to have little things. And I wanted to get your opinion on a few of these points because I do believe that there are certain etiquettes, but they're not necessarily shared by everyone across. So what ends up happening is, I think there's a bit of conflict between what are the rules when you're flying an airplane. What are the rules of co-living with these people for the next hours, right? And when it comes to long haul flights, 10 hours, then it becomes even more relevant, right? Because now I'm living with, fucking little weirdo guy next to me for the next 10 hours, right? So let's talk about the first point, reclining your seat. This is in the US, I hear, is sort of like a big debate. And I do think that across the world, you could say it is as well. I actually have interesting data from some places of the world that they think a little different on this. But this is the way that I think about it. And this is what a stewardess said about it in a thing that I read somewhere that is verified information. Pretty much, I think that if the option is there for you to recline, you should be able to recline. But I do sometimes think it's like a little bit annoying. Now, the root cause of this is that airplanes have becoming less and less big, right? That was a very weird way of me saying they're becoming smaller, and they're putting more seats stuck to each other. So when somebody reclines, now that space becomes greatly compromised. And the problem here is not the person reclining. You've traveled in trains in Spain. Those seats are actually pretty comfortable and they're spaced out quite a lot. And the seats are made in a way so that when it reclines, the amount that is actually moving back is very little. And there's also enough space as it is to start with. So it's just the airlines have been getting greedy. They put more seats and now the reclining becomes an even more of an annoyance. Now, this stewardess said that a lot of the complaints they get, like they'll get a complaint like this. The light goes on, somebody, calls the stewardess, cling, 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 cling. And then the stewardess, is stewardess okay to say or like a flight assistant? I think I heard something somewhere that stewardess is like, misogynistic, whatever. The airplane bitch, whatever you want to. So the stewardess goes to the seat of the passenger, and the passenger simply points to the seat in front, like, "Hey, this guy's reclined." Like doesn't even say anything. Like, "Look, he's reclined. What is this? What is this shenanigans here? What are you?"
Can't do that.
Yeah, you can do that. And she's
Can't do
like, "Well, what's the problem? Sorry." It's like, "Oh, well, he's reclining." And she's like, "Well, but he's on my lap." And she said, in an occasion, she had to reply like, "Well, he's allowed to be in your lap. Like, if you consider this for him that is he's on your lap, then yeah, he could do that." And this is something that I'm really interested to know what you think and what other people think. Please leave the comments, because it's actually like a little statistical little game I want to play. Like, what do people think about this? The way that I think about it is, if the seat technically allows you to recline, you should do it. Now, personally, I actually try not to use it too much. I try to not, if I can not recline at all, I try to do that so that I don't annoy people behind me. But I do think that you should use it if you want to. And a little caveat on this, it is always good courtesy to look back before you recline and recline slowly. Don't do it super fast in a jerk motion where you're going to fucking, take Kathy's head away. You don't want to do that. So give it to me. Slap it in my face.
No, I've noticed that there's a lot of people, me included, that kind of open the tray, the little table tray that they have. So I open it and I kind of lay my head there. And then there's this dude in the seat in front just like jerking his chair backwards and like hitting me in the face. So I had to stop doing that. I mean, reclining, I don't do it. I don't know why, but I don't do it. Maybe that's why my back is so fucked up.
No, but what do you mean you don't know why? Look within. Answer.
Maybe I'm too good of a person that I don't want to mess with the person behind me. Because I don't know if you've seen, now they have the little trays to put the cell phone, because they don't have the TVs on the seat anymore. So there's a little tray that falls down and you can put your cell phone and watch Netflix or whatever. So when you're jerking your chair back, that phone is going anywhere. And the last flight I took, I saw it happen, that the phone fell and the window or the screen cracked.
Yours or someone else's?
No, someone else. It was like in front of me. And I was like looking at everything that happened. This lady's like, "Oh, you cracked my screen." And the other lady was like, "No, I didn't." And
damn,
I put my headphones back on. I didn't want to be part of this.
Damn, that's some crazy shit.
I think the lady whose screen got cracked, I think she gave up. She's like, "You know what? I'm not gonna deal with this. The flight has been delayed for a couple. I don't know. It was like half an hour or an hour. So everybody was in a bad mood. So I think from what I saw, I didn't hear anything. That she was like,
okay, so
forget it.
Somebody reclined their seat, and because of that made the phone fall.
Right.
Okay, that's not the person's fault that reclined.
Right.
I think the airline, I didn't even know about this. I have seen some where you can put the phone kind of like in a little pocket that has a transparent, I mean, it's kind of like riffraff. It's mad riffraff, maybe because it's in Europe. Okay. And that one, even if you move the seat, it won't fall.
It won't move.
But the fact that this one has
like a tray that folds.
No, that's fucked.
And then you can just put the phone on top.
No, that's retarded. That's not good. And one thing on this quickly,
they should take like 5 rows out of seats, so everything's more spaced out, as you were saying before, and people have that chance of reclining a little bit more and not be on top of someone else. But lately, every time I go on an airplane, you see the different in classes. Now it's like more.
It's more pronounced. Oh, really?
Yeah.
How so? Please give it to me. I haven't flown in a while.
Okay.
In an actual. I mean, I flew within Spain in a thing that had like fucking, it looked like one of those war planes. I thought that shit was gonna fall, but talk to me about this experience, because I recently saw a little small YouTube documentary. I love to watch YouTube little things where people create their own content, just like this podcast. So please leave your comments.
So you like watching small people?
Small people.
The little things.
Doing sexual things with big animals. Well, anyway, so it was explaining literally the economy of an airplane. And it was showing how in the same space where they fit 200 people, they fit 50 people that pay a lot more in a more comfortable scenario. And they show how it's all divided in a way, and it's very, it's a pyramid of hierarchy or whatever. But yeah, please tell me how is it more in your face and how you felt.
Now it's like first class. You see you see the big chairs, people like taking the screen out to watch a movie from the pocket on the side. And then they can recline all the way down, or like most of the way down, feet up. It's more pronounced. And then you have like uh what is it, like premium plus or business plus, and then business, and then coach, and then fair plus, and then fair plus is like the all the way back, like last minute ticket you bought for $50. So you do see the chairs being like from this big massive thing to like a little bit smaller and tighter, and then all the way to the back next to the restroom. I don't, last time, one of the last times we flew like literally last row next to the restroom. It wasn't fun. It is true. It wasn't as fun.
Would you say boarding an airplane, especially if you're not in the good seats, right? It's a very it's a very moment of wisdom. It's very much a moment of wisdom where you and everyone realizes where you are in life. Like there's nothing like you are right when you get to that back of the plane, which is where I always go, right? That's where I'm always at. You can already feel a vibe. You can already feel a vibe. And I'll tell you this, bro. People are fucking riffraff. You know who annoys me in an airplane? The 24, 25-year-old girl that's traveling alone and is entitled as fuck and think everybody owes her everything, and she should be comfortable as fuck. She's the one that like annoys with things. I can't really think of now specifics, but I remember being in an airplane, some time back where there was this girl like just doing annoying things the whole time and just not being aware, just being on her phone all the time. And I know that while I'm explaining this, it seems like it's just me being mad at somebody living, pretty much. But I believe me, there were reasons why I was annoyed at it. But another thing that's controversial, and I want to know what you think about this: the armrests. The most common scenario in an airplane is 3 seats, right? Everyone knows the worst one is the middle seat. There is a folklore, an etiquette that I've heard of, that the person in the middle should get both armrests, and then the people in the corner just get one armrest. What do you think about this?
Last time we flew, I had to sit in the middle. So we had the window, middle, and then the aisle seat was for someone else. I gave the window to my wife because she was with a baby. So I'm like, you know what? I'll take the 3.5 hour flight in the middle seat next to you and the baby, and then next to this lady who is kind of a bitch. But
Word?
dude, she sees my wife and the baby.
All right, but quickly, just finish. What was the armrest scenario?
Armrest scenario. So I pull the one between me and my wife up. So that one was up the whole flight, just because it gives us more space, and then the baby can. And then the one to the lady next to me in the aisle, we had it down, and then she took it all.
She took it.
She took it all.
What a fucking
And then
bitch.
she was a bitch. And then towards the end, I saw that she fell asleep and her arm was away, so I put mine. And I'm like, bitch, if you want it, we share.
You stole it.
If you want it, we share it now.
Oh,
now
shit.
You're fucked, bro.
You stole it mid-flight. Damn, that's gangster. Okay. Damn, you did a little quick double play move there.
Yeah,
When you saw she was slipping, you got it in.
Yeah. Middle seat sucks. It sucks a lot. But if you have the chance to like pull it up, or if you're the first one in the plane and then you pull both up, and then as the people come in, you see who sits next to you, and then you kind of decide if you want it down or up, or you want to share
but
or
why
not.
would you want to have it down? Sorry, up. Like, wouldn't that mean that now you and me aren't even divided? Like,
We're right.
no,
I
I
do
think you
if
should put it down. But then, no, I mean, to be honest, I didn't even know that I would follow any specific rules in the past. But when I read this thing about the middle one getting both armrests, and then I found that to be fair.
well, the aisle seat has it has one already
Yeah,
at
that's
the
what I
end.
mean. And then the window
So
seat will
the
get
window
one
seat
too.
doesn't have any. Oh yeah, that's right. They do have one. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
it does.
So everybody has one.
Well,
Everybody
well,
can
the
have
middle
one, and
gets
then
two,
the middle gets two. Yeah,
and I
yeah,
think that's fair.
yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
this is my thing. Okay, but sorry, before I continue on the armrest, give me a quick recap on this bitch's
As soon
situation.
as soon as we came in, she saw the baby. She saw my wife. They let her. The lady let them into the window, and she was like sitting down, and I'm like, nope. I go like this because I had my headphones on. I go like, and she didn't understand it, so I took my headphone. I'm like, I'm going in there, and she was not happy about it.
Oh my
And
god.
we were the last ones to board. We do it on
Okay.
purpose. So as soon as she sees me come in and nobody's coming in to the plane, she goes to the assistant, to the steward, and she's like, "Oh, is there another seat empty?" And then she's like, "I don't know. We're fully packed. I'll check and I'll let you know." So she left. She came back. She's like,
Hold up,
"Okay, we have."
she did this once you were in.
Yeah, we were all sitting, and
Oh
then the
shit. And
flight attendant, she checked.
right, so you're hearing this.
Right. I'm hearing this, and then I'm like, okay, whatever. She's gonna move. She's gonna do the good fucking move, which was
Right.
to move. So she comes back. She's like, all right, we have a seat empty on 30, whatever the fuck, like
Uh-huh.
all the way at the end. And the lady just turns back to me. She's like, hey, they have an empty seat for you in the
What the
back.
fuck? No, she didn't do this. Nah. Oh
No,
my
I swear.
god. Oh
I
my
swear
god.
to God. This lady was like, "Hey, you have a seat in the back so you can be comfortable, and then leave the baby and your wife here." And I'm like, I did the double take, and then I turned to my wife. I'm like, I don't want to answer to her. I did the I don't speak English face, and then you answer her. My wife is like,
But you did this
"No."
all with your eyes.
Yeah.
And then what did your wife answer? Oh my god.
She just goes like, she just gives like a bullshit answer about the baby not being on an at this age he can't sit by himself in an airplane, so he has to sit on the lap.
Yeah.
So she was like, oh, the baby can't sit here anyways. He's not gonna move.
Right. And then they were sending you in any case to an empty seat. Well, you already had a seat, so you're just going to another seat with other people, right, next to you.
Right, all the way at the back. And
Right,
then
like it wasn't like you were
probably-
getting 3 rows to yourself,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and a box of Kleenex to jerk off and shit. Like,
I think the move here would have been for her to
God.
move.
Hey, I'm sorry, this doesn't have to do with anything, but for me, the story is relevant. Where was this bitch from? Like, what was her? How does she
No.
look like? Tell me.
I don't think it's relevant.
No.
But I can tell you that she was.
It's just because I make the movie in my head while you tell the story.
I kind of want to know what you're imagining, so I can.
No,
be like,
no, that's fucked up because then that will be racist. No, but I just need to know the facts. It's data. It's data.
So we were flying. Maybe I won't tell you, and I'll just give you like little hints. We were
Okay,
flying
okay.
from Dallas, Texas,
Okay.
to San Francisco,
Okay.
and she was of an older age. I would say 50 plus, and she was part of a big community that's in San Francisco.
Oh my God, this was an Asian lady. Oh my God, Mrs. Lu Yang. Ah, fuck! I should have known. I should have known. Okay, so she says to the stewardess, "Hey, can you find me a seat?" And she does all this on her own. She hasn't spoken to you.
Right, she didn't say.
She's not like she went through a meeting with the.
No, no.
She didn't have a row meeting, which sometimes happen. You can have
Something
a row.
happens,
You can
yeah,
have a
yeah.
row meeting and like, hey, bro, can we? You guys are cool if we do this and that. Hey, I see that you have that seat. You mind switching? Although I prefer not asking and just buying the right fucking seats, because then that puts me in a situation where I don't like saying no.
Well, now you have to pay for seats. So if you want, you can have like the fare plus, whatever the fuck I was saying before, like all the way to the end, and then you can select those towards the end. But then if you want something closer to the gate or to the exit, you have to pay like $15 extra. Sometimes like 45. So it's
My
like
thing is not even. I don't really give a fuck where I'm at in the plane.
me
Like I
neither.
don't. I don't mind being in the
Yeah.
back of the plane, but I just want to be in a row with just my people.
Okay.
Like
Yeah. I
that's all I
mean,
care about. So, for example, when I travel in train in Spain, it's perfect because the rows have two seats. So
right.
it's me and my significant other. Which, if you see, I don't specify the gender because I find that to be misogynist. But in the case with an airplane, I find it fucked up that it's a 3-seat arrangement. So most people, if you are a couple, unless you're like in a polyamorous situation, or in your case, you're lucky, soon your son will be old enough, but unfortunately not. You're gonna have to pay for another ticket. But now you have 3 seats. And now you go family unit in one row.
Right.
Now you can have a family meeting in the row.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's whatever flight we take next. He's already two, so now two gets to sit on his own chair. So this last flight was the last one as a lap
Right.
baby.
Okay.
So this next one, I'm fucking hyped because, like you
So,
said,
so,
I'm gonna
so
have the
no
whole
more,
road to myself.
so no more crazy Asian
No more
ladies from
fucking.
here. All right, but please tell me a little bit. Okay, so your wife tells her, no, he's not gonna. So
I
she
mean,
tells the stewardess comes and tells her, yeah, we found a seat, and then she's like, perfect. Hey, guy, you wanna go get the fuck out of here and go sit there? And you're like, your mind is turning off because you're like, I can't believe you just asked me this question, and then your wife answers, hey. He can't because this baby can't even sit here, and I need him here because the baby needs him. Whatever the fuck. Okay, boom, boom. And then she's like, okay, and then she doesn't move. She doesn't move.
nope. She
No.
actually, this is what she does. This is what she does. She opens, like we take off. She opens a tray. She opens a book, and she turns the light on. Right? This fucking flight was at night, so the only light on the fucking plane was this ladies who didn't let me and the kid and the wife sleep. Oh my
What the
god.
fuck was she reading? The Art of War? What the hell is this woman
she
doing?
she whenever she woke up, I went like, hey, I gotta get out to the restroom. So I did one of those and I went to the restroom and then I heard that the baby was like getting emotional. He needed to get out. So I took him out. And then that just made the lady go crazy because she was like, I want to go back to sleep or whatever. And then you have to go walk with the baby. And then when you come back, I have to get up again.
This is a three and a
So
half hour flight, right?
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I understand, don't put the light, it's night, but I getting mad about like movement and like I don't think you get to sleep. Like if it's a 3.5 hour flight, I will not sleeping here. Okay. Now, I will get on her side a little bit because if that was me and I had you guys next to me, I'm like, fuck.
Right. That's what you think.
Right? But I have to eat it.
Yeah,
Right?
because it's
I'm
random.
like, yeah, it's just people that have a fucking baby. So
The,
so they
the
have the
thing is,
baby pass. So I don't like it. It's annoying. Now, all I ask is for the other party to sort of address in me just with an eye, that okay, I know this is annoying, but thanks, and thanks for like being convenient. When we ask to go out, hey, it's okay, get out, don't worry, boom. Like that's all. But it is an annoying thing. But that's so fucked up the way that she reacted. And this is exactly the type of situations that I was looking for, like the little nuances that happen when you fly, when you fly. So
uh, what else is on the list?
okay, so another thing, loud talking or music. I mean, music is crazy. I've never seen
I've
that.
never, yeah. Well,
But
maybe when like kids have their own iPad and it's like on because
yeah,
I don't want to fucking put headphones on. I mean, I can see that being, but
okay, I'll give you an example. There was this flight here in Spain. It was like an hour flight. So okay, it's not too bad, but it was at night. People are, you the whole you coming from vacation, you're just going home. Everybody's just chilling on the phones, listening to music. And there was this two guys sitting down in front of me, and the whole flight they were fucking talking to each other, telling each other stories, which by the way were very like erotic,
Racy.
No, it were homoerotic. He was telling the
Okay.
guy that he's had bigger before, type shit. Like
Okay.
two
Okay.
guys, just two young guys.
Just
The, the,
chatting about life.
I mean, again, it doesn't have to do with anything, but I just like to put a little color in the story so people know the context. These were like two Mexican young boys from families with money, and they were
Okay.
probably in Spain studying, but they had money, right? But they liked the fuckity fuck, which is all good. I love it too. And these guys were speaking loud the whole hour flight. They were excited to tell each other's fucking stories, right?
Mm.
Now, I don't condone it. I think it's riffraff. You shouldn't do it. In an hour flight, I can tolerate it. Because, hey, it's an hour flight, whatever. But 10-hour flight to
Well,
Europe, you can't be
in
doing that
the,
shit.
I mean, yeah, you're not gonna talk for 10 hours. You'll talk for like an hour and then you go to sleep or you listen to. I mean, you're not gonna talk for 10 hours, right? That's what I want to think. Um,
I mean, these guys seem like they could have talked, for days about their sexual encounters.
and the worst part is like they're a couple. They're a couple now. Um, I don't know. I think talking is okay. Music, whatever. I mean, hopefully not. Everybody has their headphones, but you
I
don't need
mean,
to have the music
music,
on.
I don't think you ever get this issue. But
No, no.
but I do think that
And if
talking.
they're and the talking is, I mean, whatever. I mean, they'll do it for a little bit and they'll stop. I don't think they're gonna. Yeah, for an hour I can see them talking, so it makes the times go faster. Maybe 3-4 hours. I don't think they're gonna talk for fucking 4 hours straight.
If
It's
anything,
not us.
if anything, people, one of the benefits, which there are not many, but one of the benefits of people being completely, dumbed out by their phones is that, yeah, people don't talk. They just prefer to look at their phones. But it is true that without the internet, I know this is changing because more and more flights have free Wi-Fi and shit. Without the internet, what do you really do? You can, do your whole TikTok bullshit. I like to, download
Episodes
podcasts
and stuff.
or
Yeah,
episodes or
yeah.
whatever. So that's a thing to do. But it is true. I mean, people talking loud, music, it's not normally a problem.
What do you think about the flight attendants when they do their spiel and the exits? Like, what
Well,
do you do? How do you feel about that?
this is one
Do
of
you feel
the.
annoyed?
Well, I was just gonna get to that because this is actually one of the pet peeves that stewardess have, ignoring the flight attendants' instructions. So not following the safety instructions or ignoring the flight attendants when they ask you to stow your tray table or fasten your seatbelt. It's not only rude but also a safety issue. I always find it annoying. I know that these days putting your phone on airplane mode doesn't really matter unless you're on a Boeing, but I still like to follow the orders and follow the rules. And I hate these people that think they're cool and they're in the airplane and they tell them, hey, put it away. And then they put it away. And when the person leaves, they take it out again. They're like, oh, I'm a fucking bad boy. Are you that? You that guy?
No, no. I used to be that guy, and then I just. But I mean, I'm not listen. I'm listening to music. I just want to like chill for a little bit. I mean, I do look at them. I know what to do when the mask comes out. Put it on myself and then the others. Um, but yeah, like I understand it's a safety issue, but at the same time, it's like, I mean,
I
you
try
want
to
you
I
want to
try
think
to
that
be I try to give them the attention so that they don't feel like they're just
performing for
like if
no
they
one.
saying it and I have my headphones on, I feel that they're like, yeah, you piece of shit, you're not listening. And
But
actually,
no, I was gonna say you look around and a lot like I want to say most of the people that not listening to what they're saying, like either they're on their iPads or on the computer
yeah,
or
I mean, if the plane falls and we actually survive, we're fucked anyways because nobody listened to how to
right,
exit the plane.
right.
Actually, there was this thing that I saw in the news, and it's a video of a plane that was stopped and a passenger was taken out because they were in the emergency exit row, and they were being asked like, "Hey, you have to." When you're in that row, you need to actually like agree that you will do certain things if shit goes down. Like they give you like an actual spiel just to you, like, hey, do you agree that if this thing goes down, you will make sure that you open this shit and you have all these people's lives in your name? Can you sign here and put your social security number and all those things? But I mean, it's just a procedural thing. I think they do it in any place in the world, but I know in the United States that's the rule. And the person was like being rude. Like, no, I don't want to agree to that. What do you mean? What's the problem? What's all this? What's
I've
all that?
I've never seen I've never seen actually happen. You know, like when these people start fighting with the flight attendants. So I've never seen it in person, but I see the videos, and it's like so disrespectful and also like it says here, it could be a safety issue. You know, not listen to them. Like you said, they do ask you if you sit on those rows every time. They ask you like, "Are you okay by sitting and uh, guarding our life in your hands, basically?"
For a little extra leg room. Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Okay.
It's extra leg room, but the sides are closed. You know how sometimes it's like when you see. Anyways, it has these panels that are on the side, so it's like tighter to
Oh,
your
I didn't know.
waist.
I didn't know.
And it's just those two rows of the exit seats only.
Okay. Well, another one of these pet peeves or little things that happen in an airplane dynamics, getting up frequently in a window seat. So, how much is it too much? If you're in a window seat and you have to bother the people next to you to get out of the row, how much is too much? And I'll give it to you because I from what you explained, you had to get up a lot in this flight. So, what's your thought on
I
this?
I have I've been thinking about it, and I think I have a rule for this. It depends on the hours of the flight. Anything between 1 and 3 hours, I think once in the flight is okay. Anything between 1 and 3 hours, I think once should be fine. Twice, I think it's a little too much, but I'll let you pass. The third one, I'll be like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Right. The third one is like,
So,
hey, bro, you're stuck here for the next hour and
yeah.
a half.
And then for longer flights, let's say 5 hours plus, 5 hours to maybe 9, you have two or three passes.
Right. One to pee, maybe one to go stretch your legs, and then the third one you might jerk off before you
Or
land.
maybe you need to take a shit because the food sucked.
Right.
So 3 times, I think it's fair for 6
Like
hours
if you're
or nine
going
flights.
San Francisco, Istanbul,
Okay, let's say that's like 14 hours.
4 times.
I think 5 is might be too much, but I think 5 is okay. For 14 hours, 5 times, I think that's acceptable. 4 times, perfect.
Okay, this other one doesn't happen. I mean, I think it happens in airplanes because airplanes are becoming more like going in a bus. Like it's becoming more riffraff. But bringing strong smelling food, you're to blame. You do that? Okay,
I bring my
expand.
no wait wait wait
Expand.
wait. I bring my own food to flights that are long.
The fuck does that mean?
Well, the flights in the United States that are nationally, they only give you like soda, water, whatever, and a cookie or pretzels. That's what
Okay.
you have
That's what you get in the
for
land of the free? God damn.
yeah for national flights. So I've flown Miami and San Francisco, and they only give you like water and cookies, like once or twice.
That's fucked up.
That's 6 hours.
They're treating you
But
like immigrants.
yeah, basically.
That's fucked up.
But then the one we did from Portugal to San Francisco, they give you like lunch, dinner, breakfast, like a little snack,
Right.
a couple of wine
You get a little
glasses.
Portuguese lady take you to the back. I mean, it's how they do. It's their culture.
Right, right. Give you pastéis and nata.
Pastéis de nata. It's a type of blowjob. Okay,
So
so
yeah, sometimes we bring like sandwich, not smelly. I do have that in mind, not
okay,
smelly foods, but we do bring our own food. Like as it is, we have to bring food for the baby, snacks or whatever. And then I'm like, why don't I bring a snack for myself and my lady?
right.
So we buy a couple of sandwiches from the shop. Nothing too crazy, nothing too spicy. Spicy will fuck it up.
Why? Because
And
of the
then
smell, or because you have to go to the bathroom?
maybe you have to take a shit after the spice.
Okay.
Um,
I
but
appreciate the sandwich. A sandwich is accepted.
and now what we do
Now you bring
because
rice and beans. Get the fuck
now
out of
you're
this place.
fucked.
Get
Well,
the
that's
fuck
for
out
the
of here.
baby. I don't give a fuck.
Oh,
They
the
can't
baby
say
eats
anything.
that.
Right. If I bring like rice and beans from home for the baby, I don't give a fuck. You're gonna smell it. I'm gonna smell it. We're all gonna smell it.
Okay.
But it's for the baby, so everybody will be like, all right, it's cool. No
Still,
worries.
if you're bringing rice and beans to a plane to feed your baby, I don't know. Is your baby?
I've done it.
Is your baby about to go in a boxing match where he needs all his fucking nutrients? He can do a little nibble snack normal until he gets to land. He has to have his fucking green beans. He has to have fish soup. Fish soup in the air. Who the fuck is this, man? The Sultan of Arabia?
Yeah, I have to admit I fucked up. But on the other hand, I've noticed that bringing like chips in the bags, it's loud. And then sometimes at night everybody's quiet and you don't want to bring Doritos to the fucking airplanes and make a bunch of sound. So what we do now is just put it on a Ziploc bag. It makes less sound and I'm not disturbing other people around me. I thought about that, and that's mainly one of the reasons we do it.
Okay, so
But no smelling food.
So
No
you
smelling
do.
foods.
So you do think of the other people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna bring like a fish sandwich to a mac fish or
Right.
whatever the fucking.
I mean, something that can be fishy too, and it's something that I have seen on long flights. People going barefoot. I think this should be a violation in your flying profile, and you should get like 3 strikes on this, and then you're banned. You know these people that like 3 hours into a Miami Madrid, right? It's a 10-hour flight. 3 hours in, oh, I got on my little PJ. I'm comfy, and now I'm going barefoot. You know what it is? Now it just came to me. They want to act like the business people, but you're in fucking economy, Samantha. Or Kevin, you know this little 24-year-old guy. First time he flies, but you can see him in his phone putting selfies like, I'm winning. I'm succeeding, flying. This is all I do. Airports all day. Look how I just walk between the aisles. I own the plane, motherfucker. You're in economy, in spirit. Have you seen this? Like in maybe 6-hour flights, people going barefoot. I mean. In their socks at least. Like, that's fucking disgusting.
I don't want to say I've done it.
Wow, bro.
Because wait.
You had like 3 of these things today that you've done these. Okay,
But wait. So on the longer flights, when we did like New York to Madrid or Portugal, I took my shoes off and I walked a little bit. I have to admit, it's not the best.
All
I'm
right.
not proud
well,
of
I
this
mean,
moment.
you know what something that makes this podcast special is that at the end is the reality, right? Is what is the truth. So sometimes we're gonna be at foul, and you may or not accept. I mean, I will say it, but you can accept it or not. You're being riffraff there.
Yeah, at least it wasn't barefoot.
It sucks. I mean.
I think at some point I've gone to the restroom on my socks.
Oh my God, bro.
I think I fucked up.
Oh my God.
I think so.
That's insane.
I think I fucked up.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the clips, this is where Chef Maurice
Wow.
actually goes barefoot in an airplane and goes into the bathroom. That's insane.
Not barefoot. On my socks.
Okay, yeah, pretty much.
On my socks.
I mean, if you're really barefoot, like you need to be taken off the plane. But anyways, this is a big one.
The funny thing is that then you put the socks back on the shoes, and then the next day you're like, oh, I don't have time to put socks on, and you put your barefoot. So at the end, it's the same process, right? The same.
What the fuck?
You put your shoes on, no socks, and then all the bacteria and the germs go back on your food.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's disgusting all around. So
yeah.
Okay, so this one, and I want to know what you do. Although for you, you still got a little baby, but eventually become a kid. Not controlling children, a big issue when it comes to traveling in general. But in a flight, is super important. And this is the thing: people that go in economy, who are they? Okay, people like you and me, who are not riffraff, I swear. But we're simply in an economic situation where we're climbing the American ladder. while being fucked by the capitalist dick. Of, but who else also goes into economy? Riffraff, right? The people that can afford more. So sometimes you get a profile of people that is becoming more and more undesirables. And,
Maybe
and
that's why the airlines do it.
yeah, that's what they want. They want to see us
They're
fucking
like, oh,
suffer.
you want to sit on a bigger chair or away from the kids? Pay more.
So what's the end result of all of this? Is that the more crowded area in the airplane has all of the people being there, higher chance of being riffraff and not really knowing how to manage small spaces with other strangers. So what ends up happening is a family that has 3 kids, and they're like, "Look, we got a whole row for the kids. We don't even have to look at them. We'll let the people behind them worry, about the fucking kids." And then they don't give a fuck about their kids. The kids are like banging on shit. And you know what's annoying? Having to look at a kid and like, okay, who do I have to complain about this kid, or do I slap the kid myself? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
You're in international air. I don't know. It
yeah. I mean,
doesn't, no law abides.
at that stage, we can really do whatever, right?
In my case, yeah, we have like games for the kid so he can keep entertained. We are very wary of like if he having a tantrum or whatever, not to kick. He doesn't have a tantrum. That's what I'm. But if he does, or he's like sitting and he's uncomfortable and he starts kicking, we try to be like very wary of like not trying not to kick the person in front, even though it's hard. Fucking space is too close. But we try to be as mindful for the other peeps that are not having a good time with us.
For the peeps keys.
The next one, I think it's my fucking biggest pet peeve out of the list. It's as soon as we arrive and the light of the seatbelt goes off, people just fucking get up and start grabbing their shit. It's like, bro, we're stuck here another 10, 15 minutes. You're going to be standing.
It's like the thing triggers a level of retardation right away. you can see it on them. It jumps,
Yeah, yeah. And I've seen videos on YouTube on how it would be a better, efficient way of getting off the plane. That people actually have thought about other ways for people to get off and be more efficient and not be as fucking stupid and retarded and people getting up and grabbing their shit.
Sure. I mean, you said, with cautious. Yeah, it's flight. It's a magical thing, but it does come with its, caveats. It comes with its pros and cons. I personally don't love flying. I don't like depending on 2 people that, are the ones controlling this metal machine going through the air. So, and then on top of that, I have to worry about annoying people that I have to be with. I have a flight that I have to go, this year, a long one, to your land, the land of the free, of the brave, and the homeless. And I'm dreading it. I'm now that I'm reading more, I'm like, okay, I'll take a book, but am I really gonna be able to concentrate and read this book? Because this is the thing, I'm reading now, okay, and I say it loudly and proud because I've never read before. But when I read,
in my country,
in my country, but when I read, I didn't know how to read. But when I read, I put this little music in the background. I turn on the lights in my room. I close it. I'm in my zone. If I'm in an airplane, I have little Tommy crying over there. I have Samantha in her phone complaining about how last night she wasn't, really giving the business as she wants it. You know what I mean? And then I have some kid in the back kicking. How can I read? How can I ponder there in the words that are in this text and actually understand, convey what I want in that moment? So I'm going to try it. I'll let you know how it goes. I like going with podcasts. I like putting a movie that you can download it on your streamer, put it on your phone. Just a little tips.
Always plan for more. So you say like, oh, it's going to take 9 hours. Plan for like 10 hours on the music podcast videos department, because you want to watch something else, or you always plan for more. That's my little tip.
You're putting in like because of delays and shit.
Right. And then you want to, I don't know, you want to sleep. So the time cuts and you want to watch something else. I just say plan for more. So like bring a book if that's what you want to do. And then instead of 9 episodes of 1 hour, just like a bunch of like 30 minutes or more, like 10 or 11 episodes. I don't know. That's what I do, and it has helped me out for no reason at all.
You confuse the fuck out of me. What do you mean?
Plan for more.
Plan for more variety of things, rather than, is that what you mean, or more hours? Why would you need more hours? Like if the flight is 9 hours, why would you need more than 9 hours of content? I'm thinking, okay, if it gets delayed, then I can have a little more.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I always plan for more. That's my thing.
Okay. You know what?
I think to share it.
I think just as a slogan for life,
yeah,
it makes sense. Like plan for more. Like, hey, bro, this evening I'm gonna be, getting together with some boys. I'm gonna get pizza and beer. I don't know how many you're coming, but I plan for more.
Yeah.
I get extra wings. I plan for more. So okay, now I think it's a lovely phrase. I think that's what.
And also, don't stand up and block the fucking aisle when the plane arrives.
Yeah, that one's not as cute, but it's as important.
That one is my pet peeve. Like the one thing I hate the most, because sometimes there's a connecting flight, and then there's people in that flight that needs to take that flight, and then they're gonna miss it, and then you see all these fucking people getting in front of you, and then they have to sit back down.
Do you think you can put a video of those people getting up, and a video showing the stupidness in it, like people getting up, and then it goes black and white, and then just like these phrases, like donate for Down syndrome research.
$1 can help one of these.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, direct connection, San Francisco, Madrid. Okay, home of the
gays.
Yeah. Both San Francisco and Madrid. Like that's where we have the main parades that go every year. Yeah. I go every summer. Right now, where I'm getting close to, I start prepping my exit home for some action. Do I dread it? Yes, but do I also
enjoy it?
Yeah, enjoy it and yarn for it? Yeah, of course. It is a magical moment, and I only do it 1 week out of the year, so it's not even vague in my books. Please rate the thing on Spotify, iTunes. I love you. Take care. Have a nice day. Peace.